Shalom, this is David.
And this is Jeff.
We're still playing Xexyz.
Indeed.
We are currently on island number 4, which is the island of the lake, which is an island in a lake or an island with a lake in the middle. I'm
An island underneath a lake?
sure.
Pretty sure. It does look like you're underwater there a bit.
So this stage is the first one where you don't get just a free weapon from magical furry staff wielding dude. Also, these guys cry blue bullets. I didn't know that.
Aww.
Or
They're sad.
Did know that. It just never took me long enough to. I don't know. Whatever. We kill them anyway because they deserve only our contempt and death for being bull creatures. So he does give us the Typhoon, which is the magic item of the level, which is cool, I guess.
All right. Yep. This is totally something out of Kid Chameleon.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Well, I mean, this came out first, but yeah. I'm assuming it did.
Yes. Most assuredly.
I don't know. I've been wrong about things before, so...
Unless Kid Chameleon is based on some sort of long-held franchise of, like, comics or something, going back to the early 20s.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not.
So what I do here, because I don't get a special free item from Magic Furry Dude, I buy 2 moon balls and just call it a day. Because there are a lot of enemies on this stage, and having the option swirling around me and killing a lot of them is the only way to not die.
I see.
I would like to point out that during my practice of this particular level, I died 20-something times. Some ridiculous number.
So this was worse than the previous one?
No, I just was being dumb.
I see.
It's not like this is a harder level. I think pound for pound, it's longer and it's a little bit more confusing.
Now, when you fall down in the water between each of those, are you doing that just to make sure there's no secrets, or because you keep falling down?
That's because I keep falling down because I'm bad.
Okay, just checking.
The other reason to get Moonball is to be able to just kill the George Washington devil thingy. But overall, this level is just kind of meh. I mean, the Mechanic Castle has a lot in it, but it's fairly short if you know where you're going, which I do, and the side passages just really aren't worth it, so I don't bother. Like, there's a Goruza bull demon thing that we could kill, but no reason to.
Yeah, it's a little Hydra Dragon seahorse thing.
Yeah, it's the same.
Very briefly.
The same one that was on the second island. And that time he spawned, in the rock for whatever reason. And here I am trying to not press up while I jump, which, as it turns out, is kind of hard for me to do. I tend to manhandle things. Which, I mean, you've seen me play Dark Souls.
Another bathtub elemental?
Yep. There are 2, or more. I can't remember. There's more than 1 in every level they appear in, which might just be, 2. Because I hate to spoil it for you, but if you'll notice, every level we get another 4-star, and there's only space for 1 more 4-star.
I see. They could always turn gold or something.
That's true. That's true. But also our life bar is almost completely full, so... Because that goes up every time you hop onto a cyborg rider to go in between the areas. So
you're just so filled with fighting spirit that it increases your maximum life. I get it.
Yep. Duckman gets some vim and vigor going.
His pulchritude goes off the charts.
Pulchritude is still pulchritudinous, just the adjectival form I love.
I can't hear vim and vigor without also adding
pulchritude because of the stat.
Yeah.
So as I said, I'm just gonna go straight to where we need to go for this, and not really mess around because it's not fun. I don't know if we're gonna see one. Yeah, we'll see one. I think in the next area that we walk to. But there's this weird ridiculous flying thing. Not that weird, ridiculous flying thing. A different
weird, ridiculous
flying thing. Whereas in everything in this area tends to hit for 1 to 2 pips of life. If that thing down there that was running towards me hits me, it does 5 damage.
Quite severe.
Yes. So if you're on low health, it just... You lose. So this looks almost exactly like the last mobile suit, except it has better looking rockets. It also has a firing pattern that is arguably useful.
Arguably, all right.
But I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that. It's not like the 45 degree or the straight up. So it's not the worst. But it's not great. This is also the first area that has 3 path choices.
All right.
So I think it's up, up, down. Also, these guys are not threatening at all once you realize they spawn where you are. So
okay,
you can just hold for
when you stop twitching for 5 seconds and realize that you're fine.
Yep. That's this whole first area. If you have a fast enough trigger finger, you can just stay
hang out.
Yep. All right, now for the third area. This is, I think, where I start trying to use bombs again.
You totally can use bombs. Never would have known that.
Well, I used them in the first video.
Okay.
But it's a lot easier if you have turbo activated, because you're not trying to hit 2 buttons at once while trying to, move around. They are powerful-ish. I mean, they work.
Powerful-ish.
So, yeah, so that's done. If you don't have Moonball, that guy's probably going to hit you before you get out.
What about that guy?
They like putting enemies right... this room might look exactly like the last one.
It does look very familiar.
They like putting enemies in such a way to where you have to be quick to react and make it out without getting hurt, which means I always get hurt.
I see.
So we didn't see a secret info guy on what the boss's weakness is, but it doesn't really matter because the boss happens to be a lobster monster.
Yep, that's a lobster monster.
So it's shooting little bubbles at me. So because of sprite flickering, actually
it's a little hard to keep track of them.
You actually can't see them at all. Also, that's a nice little glitch that happened. Sure. So this is the blue princess. She looks slightly more shocked than the other ones.
And true enough, blue, yes.
So, since we killed the lobster monster...
you fashioned his corpse into a vehicle.
Right, we got a rider out of it. Now, this is another one that does some movement. It has some animation to it, and so we get to see Apollo still bobbing with the music. Also, this is where I realized, for some of the flyers, Apollo's head does not count as part of the hitbox, like this one.
I see.
Also, I'd like to point out, up till this point, I have not died. There's been no editing of that. So I just kind of ran through it, and I was like, oh, wow, this is great. I'm not even going to have to do any transitions or editing on this one. It's going to be great.
I will not have to go into my star wipe folder.
It'll be fantastic. So, in case we didn't talk about it earlier, the second shot is straight back. So,
indeed it is.
So there is a trick for these drill guys that I hate a lot. Because you can't destroy the drill, you avoid the drill and you shoot the back part. And that's all you can do. Well, I mean, if you destroy them before they shoot it. So we fought a lobster monster, so now we get to fight a shark dolphin thing.
Also, now you have different shot types.
Well, no, that's just the bomb.
Okay, it's the pallet, right?
Right, yeah.
You have icy shots now because the boss is sharing the pallet with the weapons art.
Yes. So what I'm doing here, if I didn't accidentally hit up, yes, what I just did right there is how you beat this boss. If you just do that, he can never hit you. So...
I see.
This boss is the only one whose pattern I ever figured out as a kid. And so... That's me accidentally hitting up. So, wipe!
So
let's go back. Still doing the same thing. and then I forgot to hit forward.
Good job.
So let's do this kind of transition.
All right.
We're going to go through this whole thing again because I made it this time, and I want you to watch it because you're going to make me watch an hour of Darksiders, so you get to deal with an extra minute and a half of Xexyz.
But none of that is repeated content due to death.
Well, it is repeated content because you are dead. And you're just killing the same thing over and over again. So it is repeated content due to death, you liar.
I guess it depends on how liberal you want to get with your definition of repeated content.
Well, I also decided the guys that come from 3 parts come together and chase you, I don't even care about them anymore. And this is how you deal with them. You get slightly forward, and then you just hit the fire button as quickly as you can, and they can almost never hurt you.
All right, then.
So, as I said, this boss is a very simple pattern that is really easy to figure out and really easy to do, but I still died twice and still got hit there. So yeah, this level was real boring.
A little bit.
Especially since, I figured it out and just... And remember, you only saw, I think, about a third of the mechanic castle this time, because there are a lot of rooms I just didn't want to go into.
Yeah, it's not necessary. They're all pretty samey.
Yeah. So I think this is the first instance for me of the shot pattern actually being, designed to help you kill the boss. And now he's dead. Yay.
Dance, Duckman, dance.
Now we're going to Area 9-1, and it's full of volcanoes. And that's it. That's all you get.
I see. So the video is not 41 minutes long.
What? Why does it say it's 40? What?
I'm not sure, but it totally... At least you...
Yeah, it says why is it 41 minutes?
Yeah, it's totally got an additional 31 minutes of black video at the end of this video.
No wonder it was so big in file size.
Did you just export 30 minutes of blank footage? And just put a jump scare in the middle there somewhere.
Apparently, yes. I don't...
Well, all right then. I was getting settled in for the long haul. I didn't quite understand how you're going to fill up the other 30 minutes. I was like, I guess we're just rolling right on through the end of the game and New Game Plus. Ghosts and Goblin style, maybe.
Oh, man, that'd be great if I were already done playing this game. Because
I suspect there's at least one more video.
There's more than one more video, yes.
Okay.
So... It just depends on how I feel like doing the extra stuff.
I see.
But
the farming mini game, the card collecting mini game, the optional super bosses, all the extra content.
One of those is not
the DLC
completely
campaign.
Wrong. One of those is not completely wrong.
The Apollo's Awakening DLC chapter, which is a prequel. The weapon skin pack, where all of the weapons are the same except they're slightly different shades of the colors they are currently. So instead of blue, it'd be a different blue, but it would cost money.
You know what's real depressing about this? Apparently, the premise is that this.
You mean how people didn't like DMC? I agree.
Yes, that is depressing. You're right. We didn't mention that at all in the last start. We need to retroactively add that in.
Okay, here we go. Virgil. All right, continue with what you're saying.
All right, yes, just patch that into the Darksiders, and we're. No, the plot for this game apparently, because I got bored and looked at it, where we're at is Earth, and it got wiped out by aliens or something. So now it's just like the last remnants of human society is trying to make do, and Apollo is helping out. I just kind of thought, I think Duckman's better. Duckman's just trying to save the princess queens.
So in this fiction, is it Apollo the god, or a demigod, or an alien defector, or a...
I think he's just a dude in a suit.
A dude in a suit, okay.
Yeah, it's just a little kid with a super-powered tank trying to find his frog.
Yep.
That was the plot to Master Blaster, right?
Blaster Master, but yes.
Sure, okay. That's
a great game.
That's a game I've played all of 10 minutes.
You should try and play it. It's hard.
Yes. That would require me to not play Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem, though. So...
Can you mod Final Fantasy Tactics to include a version of the Sophia the Third Nora?
Maybe. There's a sprite editor.
All right, that sounds like you should get on that.